What's up, guys? Today we have a very special video covering Meta's earnings. And really quickly before I get into the video, make sure you guys do drop a like down below and subscribe, and then click the link in the description to go ahead and join our Discord so you guys do not miss out on anything else in the future. First, I want to go over Meta's financials and then their chart. I think Meta was really bullish in their earnings today, and then their chart is also depicting that. So I am very excited to talk about this in today's video, but let's get started on the financials. Meta beat EPS, coming in with an $8.02 EPS, beating estimates of $6.76. This is really nice to see. Of course, as your stock price is increasing, you also want to see your EPS increasing, keeping those margins nice. Next, we have revenue coming in at $48.8 billion, beating estimates of $46.99 billion. Coming in around $2 billion over what the estimate is a really nice beat. You obviously love to see beats all around, and then stuff like this is just a cherry on top. And then next, we have our net income coming in at $20 billion, and that is up 49% year over year. Just obviously crazy growth, especially from a company of this size already. Next, we have operating margins up 48% from 41% last year. Another very bullish financial post from Meta. So I am long-term bullish on Meta, and I've been long-term bullish on Meta. I really want to make this video honestly for myself. I love Meta and I want to get in. I have been waiting for a pullback now for 2 years and I haven't got it. So I think now's the time that I just end up pulling the trigger. It looks like everything's still growing. The company is strong. It's going to stay that way. And they're only going to benefit as the years go on. So I think Meta is a really nice grab, even at these expensive prices. And then also I want to talk about something else really quickly. As stocks get into these higher price range, I'm not saying they go up because of premiums, but history will kind of show that there's a sort of cycle of premiums where when Nvidia was at 1,000, it was trading much more volatile than it is now. I understand the market cap is higher, so it does take more to fluctuate those numbers, but still, when companies get this expensive, the premiums get really nice because there is higher swings and better volatility with stuff like this and stuff like MSTR and Tesla, so on and so forth. So I do like Meta to be picked up from option traders and hedge funds and other investors other than, base retail, us guys with not $10 million in our pocket. It is nice to see other guys that are going to start getting in here, and they already have, and we will show you guys that on the daily chart. But we are tapping into the golden zone here, and we're following this trend line. So I think after hours, we're going to continue up. We were down for a while, and then we were up for a while. I'm going to show you guys my 2 price targets for earnings today and where I think we will end up. But this is really it in the after hours. Not a whole lot. You're really not. This is a little bit of indecision. You're up 2% exactly. So not the move that you were expecting, but that is good for me, and I'm assuming that is good for most of you guys who may be looking to get in. This is a good time. It's giving you a little bit of a discount, a 3% discount from what it was earlier, so you can already make that and give yourself a good little boost. And so that is what I am thinking personally. Really quickly before we go over, you also have your MACDs crossing, and your RSI still looks really good. So I do think you continue to the upside, but we will have to wait and see tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be the day of the breakout. I think tomorrow is really going to be the day that really ignites the rest of this move. I think we get up to the $723 range. My downside target was this $300 or $630 range. We did get there today before moving up higher really quickly. We did almost get there at 30 or 636.80, but we didn't ultimately get there. And then obviously earnings came out and they were good. So 2 things. I want to go ahead and delete these, just get them out the way. Actually, I do want to leave that one at 27.23. Okay, so that is our top target for now. I have a pretty strong, ideology around what I think Meta is going to do. First, I want to look. We have this ascending wedge here, which is really nice. It looks like you're breaking out of this channel to the upside, which is even more bullish. That shows that not only, let's draw this trend line. Not only is this trend line holding ultimately, but now we're breaking up above it and then starting a whole new trend line right here. So you can kind of expect to follow this trend line from now on, and that's what I would really look for, especially if tomorrow markets open and Meta does continue green, and it shows that this is going to stick around. I do want to draw this out because I think this is really important to follow in the coming timeline of Meta. I think you're going to see these higher prices, and this is kind of what I'm talking about with premiums. Premiums drive prices, and this is exactly how it works. You have a trend line, and then you start to get better premiums. More people hop in because they know there's more money in it, especially if you know what you're doing. And really, these people with a lot of money, they know what they're doing. Yes, they still lose money, but a lot of them are good traders, so they know where the markets are going, and they're hopping in. And you can see that depicted in the prices. But I do expect to follow this trend line, and what I really expect to happen is something like this, where we're messing around in this channel. You finally break out. Maybe we hit 723, test the bottom of this channel, and then continue higher. Maybe it's something like this where you come back, and then this is the staircase that you go on. So I really do expect something like this. And then if you were to draw even like a trend line out with that, you can see this is pretty copy and paste of what we have right now if I draw it down. So fitting that back in, you can see the comparison of what I'm trying to say with Meta. It just accelerates. So things like this, and then it just accelerates. Premiums get better, everything gets better within the business, the financials. So there is no reason that this stock wouldn't continue higher. And so I am definitely bullish long term. Let's go ahead and draw out our price targets. I'm really liking the way that channel is looking. As I draw it out, it looks better and better every time. Let's go ahead and draw out our fib extension here. You can see we just hit our we're about to hit our 2618 at 715. But as financials have grown so much, I do not think that this is going to be like a top. I don't think we're going to fall all the way back down to the 1618. I think we will continue higher. I don't even have my other settings on here real quick. I think you can honestly continue higher. And this price target that I'm drawing out actually works out so well. Up to this $955 range, and then eventually up to that $1,100 range. And I think that's going to be an easy breeze. I think that could come this year. I'm not even kidding. Let's see what the percent would be on that right here. 42% and then 63%. That is nothing for Meta. They did that last year. I expect them to do that again. They're only growing. So that would only suggest that something like this is going to continue. And then once we get above this $715 range, I expect something like this to happen, where we either reject that range, come back down, or jump above it. And then this would be the most bullish case scenario, something like this, where maybe, you just explode out of this range tomorrow and we get up to like 740, 750, 760, which is 100% possible. Definitely possible. It's only about 8% from where we're at. Which is not a crazy move for Meta. It does 5%, 6% on some, BS TikTok news. So 8% is really not out of the woods. But I do not expect to continue lower at all. I think we have, maybe we mess around and we start a little channel around here. Maybe something like this happens where you chop around here. But that is really worst case scenario. I am thinking of even maybe getting into a 2-time long Meta. A 2-time long Meta ETF, which I normally would not suggest, but I think short term here it could be really bullish. Meta is coming out with an insane amount of revenue, income, operating margins, EPS, free cash flow. All of it is increasing, and this is just a insanely bullish stock. Probably the most bullish of the Mag 7 right now, and that's a bold statement. I would say it is just as bullish as Google, Amazon, and if you want to throw Tesla in there after their interesting earnings, you can do that. But I think it is much more bullish than Nvidia and then other plays like that, such as Apple and things. But that is really going to be it from me on Meta today. They did beat earnings, and it was an insane earnings. We'll see how tomorrow impacts it, and I expect tomorrow to be the big day. So keep that on your radar. But that is it from me. Make sure you guys click that link down below. It'll send you guys to our Discord. And then also comment down below what videos you guys want to see next. We have a lot of earnings coming up in the next coming weeks. So let me know which earnings you guys want me to review. And I will see you guys in the next video.